It's pumpkin season and sweater weather. This is our events guide to October in Philly. The CityCast Philly team is here with me, breaking down all the fun. Get your costumes ready for a masquerade ball. Dine Latino Restaurant Week will leave you full. Saddle up, a Black rodeo is coming to town, and there's so many fall festivals. It's Wednesday, October 1st. I'm Trinae Nuri, and here's what Philly's doing in October. Welcome to CityCast Philly. If this is your first time, and if you're a longtime listener, welcome back. Joining me is our executive producer, Matt Katz.
What's up, everybody?
Happy October, Matt.
Thank you.
Also joining us is producer Abby Fritz. What up, Abby?
Happy October, everyone.
And Hey Philly newsletter editor, Siani Cologne. Siani, it is officially pumpkin season.
Yeah, I can't get mad anymore. So I'm leaning really into it now.
Awesome. We're so excited that you guys are listening to this CityCast Philly episode. We are a daily news and culture podcast that keeps you up to date with what's going on in Philly. And we also are the team behind Hey Philly, the daily newsletter that's got event listings and articles relevant to your life here in Philly. There's a link to subscribe to the pod and newsletter in our show notes.
And for those of you who'd like to join us and become a CityCast Philly neighbor, comes with a ton of perks. You are able to support the show and our daily newsletter, Hey Philly. Check us out at membership.citycast.fm.
Yes. Thanks, Matt. Okay, let's get into the activities, food recommendations, free stuff to do, and how we all can get civically engaged in Philly this October. Siani, kick us off. What are you doing in October?
I love going to the movies, even if I've been really bad at logging them in Letterboxd lately. But I'm really excited to see a slew of movies at this year's Philadelphia Film Festival. So it's back for its 34th season at the Philadelphia Film Society's theaters, and it's 11 days of exclusive premieres, panel discussions, and filmmaker meetups. And what I like about it is that, you know, obviously we're at a time where movies are more accessible than ever, maybe too much. But I really love going to an actual theater to see it because of just that communal experience, going through the emotional journey, whether it's something very comedic or horrifying or somewhere in the middle, just being able to feed off of everyone's energy. So this is a really great way to experience that and learn the artistry behind the independent work that's being shown. Now, the festival is running from October 16th through 26th. Individual tickets will be made available soon, but if you want a badge, prices range between $75 to $500, but that's depending if you're a student, non-member, or Philadelphia Film Society member, and also whether you want just a weekend badge or all access.
I'm so excited. I'm going to go to this year. For longtime listeners, last Christmas, I mentioned on the podcast that I wanted a PFS membership for Christmas, and my grandma got it for me. So thanks, Grandma.
Thanks, Grandma.
So I'm gonna go for the first time this year at that discounted price, which I'm really excited about.
Nice. And we're also working on a show for tomorrow all about scary movies.
Nice. While you guys are at the movies, I'm also going to be in a theater, but seeing concerts. I actually have tickets to 3 concerts this month, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, that's a lot.
I try to go to a concert once a month, and I haven't been in like 3 months, so I need to catch up. I wanted to highlight one of the venues I'm going to. 2 of the shows are at Union Transfer. And for those who have never been there, it is one of our great small concert halls in the city. It's in a beautiful 19th century building that was once a farmer's market, and then it was a storage depot for the nearby railroad station. It's over at 10th and Spring Garden. Philadelphians probably know it best as the Spaghetti Warehouse.
Yep.
Which was a kind of a bizarre, sprawling, massive Italian restaurant back in the day.
If you read a lot of books as a Philadelphia public school kid, you used to get like coupons to go and have like a family dinner at Spaghetti Warehouse.
Oh, that's a deep cut, Trinae. Nice. It is this just perfect music venue. It's got vaulted ceilings, really tremendous sound, bars everywhere. So you don't have to. I've never been on a bar line there. The way to do it is you snag a spot at the front of the balcony, which just has a tremendous view. You're like looking right down the stage. Also, tickets there are generally just more affordable than at other venues. About $40, which is pretty good these days. Check out their website to see what shows are coming up. I'm seeing my favorite new band there on October 29th called Nation of Language. Tickets are still available, last I checked. And I'm also seeing the band Real Estate on October 8th. And tickets are available for that show too.
Well, one of my favorite parts of October is Halloween. And for one specific reason, I love dressing up. I love costumes. I love planning it. I love thinking about it. Sometimes I'll even make my own costumes. And I put a lot of work into it. So this year I feel like, I want to go elevated. The bars don't deserve the costumes I want to pull out this year. So I found a kind of elevated costume party option for myself over at Glen Ford, which is the preserved historical estate on the Delaware out in Torresdale. It was built out in the 1800s and it's being maintained and people still visit it today. There's so much programming that goes on there. They do stuff with the free library all the time and they have tours of the grounds and they have a Halloween party. It's a masquerade ball with the theme Saints and Sinners. So you can choose, you go in as an angel, you go in as a devil.
Wait, Abby, how are you going?
I have a couple really cute black dresses, so might have to go with Sinners this year, but we'll see. We'll see what calls. It's going to be on Halloween, so Friday the 31st at 7 p.m. Now, tickets are $195 for general admission, but bear with me because they are entertainment, food, and drinks. You have to spend nothing.
Yeah, okay. It better be all that.
I was going to say open bar.
There's an open bar. There's going to be a sit-down dinner, valet parking, entertainment. They have the West Philly Orchestra there. And also the whole night, you get to walk around the estate grounds and it is filled with sword swallowers, contortionists, jugglers, fire eaters, just strewn throughout the entire property. So it's everybody's in their costumes and you get to run around and just see all these incredible things. And it's this backdrop of this beautiful historical estate on the Delaware. So $195 for general admission. If you want to stay for the after party, it's going to be $235. So your call.
That sounds awesome.
This sounds magical, actually.
Yeah. It sounds like an experience you'll never forget if you decide to do it. And all the proceeds go to Glen Ford's art education, outreach programming, and the preservation of the grounds. So, you can think of it as a good cause on top of a great experience for Halloween this year.
I feel like my Halloween costume this year will not work at such an event.
Yeah, what is it? What are you dressing up as?
I'm going to be Bob from Bob's Burgers. Our whole family is going to be the whole family from Bob's Burgers.
Oh, Matt. Oh, hi, honey.
That's a very good wife.
That was
Janae.
good. I mean, Bob can't go to a masquerade. He can't throw a little mask on.
I don't know if Bob can afford the $195.
Oh, I just can't. It's too expensive. I have to hold down the restaurant.
Time to sell more burgers.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to be. My youngest kid is still excited to dress up with me. She wants to do a couple's costume.
Cute.
But my son, he's got all these parties he's going to. He's got a great social life. But him and one of his friends are going to be Smoke and Stack of the movie Sinners.
That's a good one.
Nice.
It's, oh my God. It's one of his best friends. They're going to look so cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah. Okay. Before we get into the costumes and the Halloween vibe at the end of the month, grab your cowboy boots and your hats because I'm taking you to the 8-Second Rodeo. It's making its East Coast premiere on October 11th in Philly at the Leocora Center in North Philly. This event highlights Black American urban cowboy culture. It started back in 2023 by a photographer named Ivan McLellan. It's both entertaining and electrifying, y'all. Okay, I've never been to a rodeo because, I'm a Philly girl. But The athletes are riding on the back of like wild bulls for 8 seconds. This is a high stakes competition with a like $60K $1,000 prize.
Oh my God.
I know. There's also going to be bronco riding, barrel racing, which basically it's a timed speed event where a horse and its rider navigate a cloverleaf pattern around 3 barrels as quickly as they can. The fastest time wins.
Wow.
Then there's mutton busting. Do you know what that is? You probably
I don't know what it is, but I like the way you say it.
This is an event at the rodeo similar to like bull riding or bronco riding, but it's children riding and racing sheep.
Oh, whoa. That's cute. Get the kids involved.
It's adorable.
So the 8-second rodeo will feature all sorts of these events and Western culture mixed in with line dancing, music, comedy, tons of food vendors and giveaways. The rodeo kicks off at 3 p.m. And stay tuned. We have an episode that we're going to do because we're going to sit down with the organizers of this event and learn more about Philly's cowboy culture. And this is like near and dear to my heart because my family has connections to cowboy culture. So we'll talk all about that in an upcoming episode this month on CityCast Philly. Up next, we've got food and some free stuff to do this month when we come back. So what's on your food list for this month, Matt?
You know, I find fall to be the best season for brunch. So you do a long walk, you have a long meal, you get a little tipsy, you take another long walk home, and then you watch some football and take a nap.
I love that. That's a perfect day, honestly.
Right? Perfect day. And if it's a little chilly outside, you get the blanket on the couch afterwards. Just perfect. So it's October in the city. That got me thinking about brunch, and Cafe Lift over on Spring Garden. It used to be around the corner in the Callow Hill neighborhood. They've been doing brunch the right way for more than 2 decades. They have a massive menu of like your egg items and then your sandwich items, and they have booze. I had a fantastic chicken cutlet sandwich with broccoli rabe on a focaccia roll a few weeks ago, and an espresso martini to wash it down. Really just an ideal brunch spot. As a warning, they do not take reservations, so you want to like time your visit. Maybe the 11:30 on a Sunday might be a little crowded, but I went sort of later in the afternoon and it was perfect. Got a spot upstairs. Cafe Lift. Check it out.
I love that.
And you love espresso martinis, Trinae. Are you getting one this month?
I don't know. I'm going to indulge in a lot of stuff. You know why?
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 Tomorrow's my birthday.
Hey, happy birthday,
Happy
Trinae.
birthday.
Thank you. I love October. I've been hunting for a few different options. So I was thinking, steakhouse? I'll skip it. Then I was like, brunch? I'll skip it. Let's focus on satisfying my sweet tooth. We did an episode recently with Infatuation Philly, which I just love that team, about the best bakeries in Philly. So my vibe is to start backwards. Let's just go straight to dessert, okay? So I've been keeping my eyes on New June Bakery in Brewerytown. Siani did a fabulous neighborhoods guide that included New June Bakery, so make sure you check that out. They have, for October and November only, they have a pumpkin olive oil chocolate chip cake. Layers of fluffy olive oil, based pumpkin cake, stunned with dark chocolate chips, classic cream cheese frosting, and vanilla bean Swiss buttercream.
Damn.
Ain't that good? Okay, so I'll eat that one day. And then the next day, I'm going down to Bella Vista and going to Isgrove Pastries. They have their signature rum cake. We're not talking about grocery store cakes here. We're talking about 3 layers of Genoise sponge cake soaked in homemade almond and orange infused rum, filled with a layer each of Italian vanilla cream and ricotta cream. Covered in ricotta whipped cream and decorated with icing flowers in seasonal colors.
Oh my God. That sounds incredible.
I don't know if
Drooling
that's
yet?
I don't know if that's the most amazing dessert I've ever heard about, or whether, Trinae, you should just do an episode where you read dessert ingredients, because that sounds delectable.
I'm going to read it and I'm going to eat it ASMR style.
There we go. There we go. Honestly, that reminds me of this next place I'm going to talk about. They have the best tiramisu I've like ever had. And I'm very tiramisu picky because I don't like when things get too soggy and stuff like that. And I was very surprised because this is literally an Italian deli over on East Passyunk. And I went in looking for a spicy Italian sandwich and I left with a spicy Italian sandwich, tiramisu, the best I've ever had, and rice pudding. And I literally now go every 2 weeks because I can't stop thinking about it.
Okay,
And
what's this place?
it is El Mancuso and Son. If you've never been, it's over on East Passyunk. And I was devastated at the beginning of the year because in January they had a fire. And so they had to close. And they thought it was going to be like a month or two. They were like, we're just going to do a couple things. No, it has been closed since the beginning of the year. And they just reopened. And I am so excited. I walked past it and like reversed when I realized they were open the other day when I was walking down the street. And I'm really excited because they not only are back and they did remodel, but it still has the same like small deli charm it had from before. But now they have more sandwiches. They have 9 more sandwiches on the menu, and everything is spick and span and fresh and new. So my recommendation is to go check them out, try out some of these new sandwiches. Their thing is that they make their own mozzarella and ricotta handmade there. So that is probably why the tiramisu is so good, because that ricotta is just like so fresh. And the mozzarella on the sandwiches, insane. So I'm going to try one of their new sandwiches is on a Tuscan flatbread made over at Baker Street, which is a bakery in Philly. Another incredible local spot. And then it has smoked prosciutto, their homemade mozzarella, hot sopressata, which is like a cured meat, roasted peppers, and hot honey. All on that flatbread. I got to try it.
Yeah, that sounds so good.
I got to try it. But I also will probably get 2 sandwiches so I can have one later, and I'll get my classic spicy Italian on a seeded roll. Also just like amazing go-to sandwich spot for me. I recommend it to anyone in the area if you can go check it out.
Oh, these are amazing. I'm adding all of these too. I have a list of places I want to go to on my Google Maps, but it's so hard. I'm too indecisive. So I just need to knock out several restaurants. And I'm planning to do that this month because Dine Latino Restaurant Week is back from October 12th to 18th to close out Hispanic Heritage Month. And it covers both restaurants and food trucks in Philly and the surrounding suburbs. I saw some listings in Bucks and Montco, and some of the participants include Jezebel's, Binolero, Bar Bonbon, Vista Peru. And some of the deals you can get is either getting a free dessert or appetizer with the purchase of 2 entrees, or enjoy a special limited time menu. And to take it a step further, if you want a chance to win some prizes while eating out, you can use the Let's Rally app, and they'll have an interactive map that you can use and scan if you hit up these restaurants in person. And kind of almost like a passport type situation a lot of crawls will do for the chance for you to win a prize.
That is so creative. I had never heard of a restaurant week where you could win prizes. You know what? Speaking of restaurant week, remember a few weeks back when we talked about how Center City District is not doing their fall restaurant week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's some bonus food content. Amina Hospitality Group, they are creating their own restaurant week. It's called Taste the Collection. So if you don't know about Amina Hospitality Group, they've got like 5 restaurants throughout the city. They've got Amina on Germantown Ave, Havana on the Parkway, Black Hen in Old City, Fia in Gayborhood, and First Daughter Oyster and Company in Old City. And they are offering a 3-course prefix menu for $45, $12 specialty cocktails at all of their locations. It's happening now until October 11th.
Very cool. That's a great idea.
Yes, especially since they have such a large collection of restaurants, I think you can taste a little bit of everything. Their deviled eggs are to die for. Like everything on their menu is so flavorful, so good. They've got like an oxtail pizza at Havana.
Whoa.
They have great Rockefeller oysters at First Daughters. I haven't been to Black Hen yet, and I'm sure the food is good.
Yeah, I love the cheesesteak beignets at Amina. It's so good. Yeah.
Let's shift things over and talk about the free stuff.
Yeah, this month is Queer History Month. So if you're looking for queer community this time of year, check out William Way's LGBT Community Center out in the Gayborhood. My friend works there, and they are helping organize a new open mic night called Out of the Box Open Mic. The first one was last month, and it was a riot. So many people came out. People were singing. There was poetry. There was comedy. People were just kind of getting up and telling stories, too. It was very it was a peaceful, really sweet gathering. And the event is hosted by a local drag performer, The Zany Thing, who is super engaging. They put on a lot of cool events in the city in general. They also put on this one over at the Dolphin in South Philly called Bump and Grind. It's a queer, sapphic night of dancing. Very, very great outfits on that night.
I bet.
But that one costs money. Out of the Box, though, does not. So it's free, and there's even some light snacks and drinks, and it happens every third Monday of the month. This month, it's going to be on the 20th. Doors are at 6. Get there on time if you want to sign up to perform.
And to remember that National Coming Out Week falls this month. So there will be our Fest event on October 12th in the Gayborhood as well. So plenty of things to do.
Yes.
Well, now that it's getting darker earlier, I want to take advantage of looking up at the night sky. You know, with light pollution, it's a little bit harder in the city, but over at John Hines National Wildlife Refuge, they're having a free astronomy night on October 24th, and it'll be from 6:30 to 9 p.m., no registration necessary, and they'll also provide telescopes if you don't have one, but if you do, feel free to bring it. Enjoy the fresh air and the stars in the night sky, hopefully.
Wow.
I love that. The Paul Robeson House is reopening this month over in West Philly on October 10th. So Paul Robeson was a scholar, an athlete, an artist, an activist, pretty much like an amazing Philadelphian. He's the son of a former slave turned preacher, and he rose to his greatness when segregation was legal in this country. So there is a whole house that celebrates his legacy on 4949 Walnut Street. So go check that out. You can call for free admission, which I didn't know. And you can also take SEPTA, Bus 21, which stops directly in front of the house. And Matt, I found this through our Hey Philly newsletter, and you've got some amazing events you want to highlight too.
Siani has a great list up at philly.citycast.fm with fall markets and harvest festivals and Halloween-related events, but also all the street festivals. September, October really is when Philadelphians hit neighborhoods other than their own to eat and shop and explore. And there's a dozen or so around town, of these street festivals. But I wanted to highlight just 3 street festivals to get folks started. Sunday, October 5th is the St. Nicholas of Tolentine Italian Festival on 9th Street in the Italian Market. There's a religious procession of saints, and then there's Italian food. Think cannolis, sausage and pepper sandwiches. There's kids rides. There's a stage with music all day. This has been going on since 1987. Great way to spend the day hanging out and eating in the Italian Market. Thursday, October 9th is the Chinatown Night Market, where restaurants and food trucks fill Chinatown. That's 6 to 10 at 10th and Race. And we love Dilworth Park's changing events with the seasons, right? I mean, they always have something new over there next to City Hall. Saturday, October 18th is the Maze Days Fall Festival, where they bring in bales of hay and the Temple Pet Band, Go Owls plays, and there's apple cider making and a pumpkin carving demonstration and a movie screening. That's all free. And again, you can get there a million different ways. It's right in the center of town next to City Hall.
Matt, you talked about, just how a lot of our neighborhoods basically kind of come to life, even in this time of year when we're wrapping things up. But we still have ways that we can get involved in our communities in Philly. Abby, you found a really great workshop happening in Kensington.
Yeah, the New Kensington Community Development Corporation is putting on a People First Housing workshop series with a bunch of other local organizations, and they're trying to highlight different approaches to affordable and accessible housing in Philly. It started in September, but they have events running through the end of the year, and they may even extend through January. Each event is hosted at the Kensington Engagement Center at 3000 Kensington Avenue. You can check out the New Kensington Community Development Corporation website to see like all the different types of workshops they have, because they have a wide variety of things they are highlighting. This month on the 7th, they're doing Budget 101, which is understanding Philly's budget. It's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. and the People's Budget Office is putting that on. And they're doing a follow-up to that event on the 14th from 6 to 8 p.m. And it's going to be Budget 201, which focuses just on housing specifically. There's also a Know Your Rights workshop on the 11th from 2 to 4. And then looking ahead into future months, there's a workshop on illegal evictions. There's a youth town hall and a housing and disabilities issue workshop. They're covering like so much ground here. And as someone who's on my home buying journey, I feel like it's important to engage with this like type of dialogue about development and home buying and what the community wants to see happen all across the city.
I mean, this is the kind of like local work that people all across the city are doing to connect people with their literally just the few blocks around them, the neighborhoods around them. I think it's wonderful. In the middle of this month, my local neighborhood association, they're having their annual election for their board of directors. These are the people that share news about events in our neighborhood. They promote local businesses. They're a resource for information about dealing with the city. They help you get your recycling bins. Then they have also influence over zoning changes, and really they have a role in deciding how the neighborhood looks and feels. So there's 15 people on my local neighborhood association's board of directors. I probably know a third of them because, it's a small community and it's a tight-knit community, relatively speaking. So this is as local as an election can get. And I love that because it's really just a bridge between us and the city government. And it's just wonderful, small d democracy in action. And these people aren't paid. They go to these meetings. They do this work because they love their neighborhood. They love their city. And I'll be out there voting for folks and supporting what they do.
And that's great. I found this event that kind of speaks similar to that. They're not voting, but it's a group of different community organizations coming together. There's an event happening over in West Philly in Carroll Park. The Good Energy Collaborative, which I love that name, the Good Energy Collaborative, Yeah Philly, Reentry Community Farm, and a local podcast called PSA Podcast, Public Service Announcement. They will be hosting the West Philly Environmental Justice Walk. This is happening at 4991 West Girard Avenue on Sunday, October 12th, starting at 1:30. And if you know this neighborhood, this is that big kind of like empty lot across the street from the cemetery. And so basically folks that are participating will walk around West Philly, meet community organizations. They're actually going to paint a mural for the Reentry Community Farm. There's going to be free food and music. And one year there was an event there and the horses were out. So that's what I was excited to see. And to just see kids' faces light up when the horses come by. So yeah, go check that out.
Love that it's so lively. Well, if you want to continue to party for a cause, Philly Action Friends, a newer mutual aid group, is hosting a neighborhood party and fundraiser in Germantown. So there will be raffles, DJs, drumming, and a bunch of other activities. And tickets are $25 and gets you one complimentary drink and snacks. And the proceeds from the night will go towards Juntos, the immigrants' right organization in Philly, and Kensington Soccer Club, which does a lot of youth sports programming. And this party will be at Grumblethorpe Gardens on October 11th from 5 to 9.
October is looking to be a great month in Philly. Thanks for all these recommendations, Siani, Abby, and Matt.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Thanks. Have a good one, guys.
Enjoy your dessert before dinner.
That's all for today here on CityCast Philly. If you enjoyed this episode about things to do in the city this October, share this episode in the group chat and make those reservations. Rate the show, leave us a review, and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to sign up for our morning newsletter, Hey Philly, to learn more about what else Philly's talking about. And don't forget, you can support this show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Philly neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye.